This conference will now be recorded.
And I just forgot to hit the mute button, so just started that. Okay. So my name is Katie Bark, and I am looking at the participation list, and I'm happy to see many of you. I am the project director for Montana Team Nutrition, located at Montana State University in Bozeman. And we have the honor of working in close collaboration with OPI school nutrition program staff in providing training and technical assistance to food service professionals around the state, and also educators and school administrators on a variety of topics around school nutrition, nutrition education, farm to school, and school wellness. So if there's anything we can do to help you, please reach out to us. So today's webinar is going to cover really looking at your salad bar and how you can use your salad bar to really nudge students to select more fruits and vegetables, help you try to decrease waste, food waste, and also how to market the salad bar. We're also going to share what we call the Eat the Rainbow salad bar checklist, which can be a tool for you to use to making sure that you are incorporating best practices around these topics. We'll also look at a couple recipe sources of the ones that we really like that are from other states, agencies, their school nutrition programs. And if you're looking for new recipes that are quantity recipes, and we'll look at those too. But we'll probably have some time, so if there's a topic you are specifically interested in, please, in the question and answer time, bring it up, because we can definitely address it. Okay, so I would like to unmute everyone right now, because I wanted to see, start with, let me unmute everyone. Oh wait, maybe, hold on. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Who could name one of the 5 vegetable subgroups that are required to be served in your menus each week? You might get a hint from the picture of some of these vegetables, but there are categories of vegetables called vegetable subgroups. Can anybody name one? And if you do, please start with your name. I cannot hear anyone, so I'm hoping you guys can. Anybody? Here we go. Did somebody want to say one of these? Okay, I see Kathy Martin put in the checkbox. One of the categories is red orange, and that is correct. And can anyone name one of the red orange vegetables that your students like or that you serve on your menus? Peppers, right. That would be a red pepper, obviously. Thank you. How about another one? Anybody else can name one of the other 5 vegetable subgroups? Dark green, perfect. Peggy, thanks for sharing. And Ruth, thanks for also naming another red vegetable, which is tomatoes. Even though, as you know, probably botanically it's a fruit, but we do categorize it as a vegetable because of the properties of the nutrients. So a dark green is another subgroup. And what is an example of a dark green vegetable that you might serve? Vicki from Seiko, thank you. You put down dark green peppers, which would be correct. I think the jicama, which is white, is in the other category, but we'll look at that in just a minute. Thank you. And then Kathy also mentioned another subgroup, which is your beans and peas, or they're called legumes. which what would be an example of a recipe that you might make that features dried beans and peas or legumes? Anybody? Good. Hummus, which is made with chickpeas, or what people also called garbanzo beans, is right. And then chili might have, you know, dried beans in it. It could be vegetarian that just has beans, or black beans, or lentils. Thank you. Some other ones that people are putting in are asparagus. So which subgroup do you think asparagus is in? It is green. Anybody? Okay, let's see. And how about broccoli? Broccoli obviously is a dark green also. So thank you. What we'll do is go to listing all the, here's all the vegetable subgroups. We talked about the dark green, red and orange. We talked about dried beans and peas, or what are called legumes. Starchy, I don't think we did one of those, but we'll, anybody can name a starchy vegetable? It's probably one of the most popular with kids. What's an example of a starchy vegetable? Anybody put it in the chat box? Potatoes, that's right. Potatoes is an example. And then the other, I think, would be, other is asparagus and jicama. And let's go look at that. So this is a handout that we've given out, and it's still available, and I'll make sure I have it posted with this recording when we put it in maps. But you can see that it is a really nice chart that lists all the different vegetables under each subgroups. So as we look at them, the dark green, we mentioned broccoli, and you see all your dark lettuces, your dark leafy lettuces are in here, like spinach or romaine, kale, collard greens, which might not be served too much in Montana, Swiss chard. And then if we look at the orange red, we mentioned the tomatoes and red peppers, but sweet potatoes are in this group instead of the starchy because they're so dark. Usually vegetables are categorized by the nutrients they contain. So sweet potatoes are so high in vitamin A and similar to tomatoes, so they're in this group. Squashes like acorn, butternut, carrots, Hubbard squash, pumpkin are in this group. We look at the legumes, you'll see edamame, which is there, which I'm seeing a lot more on salad bars. I don't know if you guys are serving it, but it seems like kids really like it. You see all your dried beans and peas are here. If we look at starchy, somebody mentioned, you know, the white potatoes. I was wrong. Jicama, which it sounds like Vicky and Seiko might serve. I think it was Vicky. Jicama is in the starchy vegetable group. Corn, black-eyed peas. What else is in there? Lima beans and green peas. And then the other is where artichokes are, along with cabbage and Brussels sprouts, cauliflower, eggplant, green beans, a lot of the different ones. So this is where it's just really important for kids' nutrition to enjoy a variety. And also you can see that by offering a variety of vegetables on your salad bar, you'll bring a lot of color, which really can help make the salad bar be very appealing to kids. So good job, people, on naming some of the vegetable subgroups. As you know, the different vegetable subgroups are required to be served in specific portions each week. And that's where, you know, like, I think the hardest one that some schools have had trouble meeting is the dried beans and peas or legumes, that making sure you serve half of a cup of those. If you offer those on your menu every week or on your salad bar, you can do it. But this is where if you choose a variety of those, you can help just provide more variety on your choices available. Okay, so when we look at trying to really promote the salad bar, we did develop what we call the Eat the Rainbow Salad Bar Best Practice Guide. And this guide is on our website, but I will also post it with this recording. And it just gives some recommendations, which we'll go over today in really promoting the salad bar. And the first one is something that we've sort of already gone over, and it's so important to provide a variety of vegetables on your salad bar because of the eye appeal they bring and also the nutrition they give to kids' bodies. Obviously, if you're trying to serve as much fresh produce on your salad bar, you want to take into account what's in season. So that's where you can use the in-season fruits and vegetables throughout the year. But when they're not in season, you may use more frozen or canned items from your USDA foods. You know, the canned vegetables are all lower sodium, and the canned fruits are packed in without sugar or very light in its own juice. So those are options to balance out your budget when you use a salad bar. Some schools will be using the salad bar for a way for kids to taste something new. And this is where we really encourage you to put out, some schools are putting out roasted garbanzo beans on their salad bar to add a nice crunch to the salad. They're also trying like beet hummus on Harvest of the Month when beets are being offered. We see roasted beets even on the salad bar just to give kids a taste and an opportunity to try the new food. Signage is important on the salad bar so people do know, kids do know what is being offered, and we'll go over some ideas for that. Many of you may also be using a flavor station on your salad bar, which is an example of one from Summers. I think I put Darby School on this. I did, but that is incorrect. This is Summers flavor station. We'll be able to see Darby's in just a minute, but it's just a way of allowing kids to add flavor to their salad or to their items, and with sauces or just dried herbs and spices. And some schools will make their own, while some will buy a commercial flavor station, which we'll show you. The biggest thing too, if you're thinking about starting a salad bar, if you don't have one already, is think about the location, because the location of it is important to making sure students will actually go to it. We found that if it's not front and center, sometimes kids will avoid it. The other thing that we find in order to get more kids through the salad bar is to make it available, accessible on each side, so kids can go through and access it from both sides if you're able to do that. I'm learning more and more from you all that how you're using the salad bar for a theme bar. And this is where schools can sort of spice up their salad bar with possibly making it available, making sure that kids can create a reimbursable meal from it. So a lot of times we're seeing wrap sandwiches on the salad bar along with the fruits and vegetables, so they can grab that and go. Some theme bars that are popular: soup and salad bars, build your own sandwich bar, Mexican, Italian, and then I just heard from Robin Vogler over at Summers Middle School how she's turning her salad bar into a ramen bar once a week on Tuesdays. So we'll see that in just a minute. There are a lot of good resources if you're looking to start a salad bar, from Chef Ann Cooper, who you may have met at one of the past school nutrition conferences. Through support from No Kid Hungry, they sponsored her to come. She has a great website called The Lunchbox. So if you're looking for resources on salad bars, check her website out. She also has information on expanding breakfast, financial management resources. She's got a lot of recipes. So definitely check her website out. But she does have a lot for salad bar resources, including signs. You can download the PDF and have them printed for your salad bar. So I wanted to, and I'd love to hear from you guys if you want to type in the chat box, is anybody else doing a ramen bar in their school food service program? Basically, this is from, you know, Dale Hayes and School Meals That Rock. I learned about this from her group that she has now on School Meals at Rock. It's called Tips for School Meals at Rock. And food service directors from all over the nation share their tips. And the Coppell Independent School District in Texas shared this diagram of how they do their ramen bar. And ramen, basically, you know, are ramen noodles, or, you know, the wheat-based noodles. But if you have gluten-free kids, that you could use rice noodles, offer rice noodles, or even almost use your brown rice from USDA if you wanted to increase, you know, offer not just noodles, but brown rice. But you can see that they set up with soups and warmers. This school does 2/3 with chicken and noodles, and you can use your USDA chicken if you want. And then they do 1/3 with noodles only in case kids are vegetarians. But then they offer, and I tried to circle it here, 4 vegetable bowls on a cold plate. And I'll tell you what Summers does here in Montana, what vegetables she offers. Then they have chicken broth, vegetable broth, lids for kids that want to take it, and then sauces like sriracha, soy sauce, things like that. If you're looking for a resource, go to the mushroom councils and go to their school. I'll make sure you have this PowerPoint, but if you just Google Mushroom Council, and then on that you go to their school nutrition, it's the front page. This is where I got this information. It gives you even more information if you're interested in this. This is our pictures of Robin Vogler's ramen bar, and you can see that she is using her salad bar. She has the broths in the middle, but then she offers vegetables like carrots. She puts some ginger on the carrots. She has pea pods. She has some cilantro, peppers. I think she also has, which we can't see in this picture, but she said she was doing red cabbage, pickled red cabbage. Then she has the hard-boiled eggs, mushrooms, and then over here are her noodles. And she offers chicken, which is USDA chicken, but she also offers tofu for the kids that want vegetarian. Then she also offers a whole wheat bun with it, because you'll see here the ramen noodles are not whole grain, and she wants to make sure she offers a whole grain every day. And so she offered a whole grain roll on the side with this too. So I put her contact information if you want any more information on this, but I thought it was a really neat idea another way to serve vegetables and really promote vegetables, but do it on your salad bar. Okay, now I would like to go over, and I don't know if you guys have seen this new tool we have called Eat the Rainbow Salad Bar Practice Checklist. It is designed to really help you make sure that you're implementing best practices. So we encourage you to complete it. And if you email it to me, I will email you back something like some stickers for your kids to give out, or some kind of thank you because we're just trying to collect information from schools on how they're doing with their salad bar. So we would love to see completed checklists from you. But as you can see, it's just got about 30 different recommendations or like best practices that are encouraged if you have a salad bar. And to complete it, you should read over the whole front and back sheet first. Then you just go through each section and you just check it if you actually do it. So if we go under appealing signage, the first statement is, upon entering the cafeteria, the customer is drawn to the salad bar by signage. This would be, do you have signs making sure kids know how to get to your salad bar? If you do that, you check it. So you can see that major strategies are addressed in this, from how to really promote the vegetables and fruits to engaging students. And this is where some of these practices are something you do each day, or you might just do it yearly. Like if you did a monthly or a yearly salad bar promotion, maybe occurred once a year. Or if you did taste tests on the salad bar, you might not do that every day. So we really encourage you to use this and fill it out, share the results with your staff, and see if any of the unchecked strategies are some things that you feel would be worthwhile doing to, again, increase your student participation in using the salad bar and or enhancing it, which may bring more students into your cafeteria to increase your participation. So we did also include the Eat the Rainbow action planning sheet here, just to let you take some notes. Like, let's say you are under the fluctuate fruit. One of the strategies that is recommended is called a share table, or some people just put a basket on a table, which is to collect uneaten whole fresh fruit. Well, if you want to do that strategy, one of the things you want to do is you need to talk to your county sanitarian to make sure they approve this, because it is using food, you know, obviously taken from another tray of a student. And they may make sure that if you're going to do this, you wrap your fresh fruit. Some sanitarians make schools do it, some don't, but you really need to start with asking them. And then you will figure out when you want to implement this and who's going to do it. So this is where this handout can really be a tool for your planning too. Is anybody, has anybody filled out the salad bar checklist already? Please type in the chat box if you have. And you can see that the different categories of the strategies are listed on this slide. And if there's one you really want to work on, that's where you may focus on, you know, what you can do for engaging students in the salad bar more. I thought it was so cute. When I was at Hobson a couple years ago, they had salad bar ambassadors from the 5th grade that they, because the 5th grade was involved in their garden project and they were working as part of their science curriculum in growing food. They had gotten the students these green chef coats that they wore, and they helped promote the salad bar around the school. And they were called salad bar ambassadors, which I thought was such a great idea. Okay, moving on. I did want to impress, and this is one of the strategies from the salad bar checklist, is making sure that the placement of your salad bar is helping you promote it. So it should, if your salad bar is not a separate standing salad bar, it's part of your service line, it's recommended that it be first in the service line. First thing if you can, just because if students see it first, they're more apt to choose foods that they first see because they're hungry. But if it's a self-standing salad bar, then you want to, again, put it in a high traffic area and see if you can make it accessible from both sides so students can get through it. If you notice this salad bar from Hardin High School, if you notice that she's got the black trays, and it really makes the fruits and vegetables pop with that color. So that's where if you're ever looking at trying to, again, market your fruits and vegetables, sometimes the color of the containers can really help do that. At Park High School in Livingston, they have a dedicated salad bar line, and they also offer soup each day. And students can, if they don't want the main entree, you know, the main line, they can create a reimbursable meal from their salad bar and their soup. But what they were finding is the students weren't selecting the soup. And when they asked the students why, they said, well, they didn't know what kind of soup it was. So they had their shop class make this little sign. It's made out of metal, and it's got that chalkboard paint on it. So they can easily just list the sign every day, because the kids would not take a minute to even just take the top off the soup lid to see what it was. And so they wouldn't choose it. But when they knew what it was, a lot of kids started selecting the soup. So just know that signage is important. This is from Troy High School, and what they did is they are a very small K-12 school, as you know, above Libby, or next to Libby, and they have a salad bar that kids can go through if they go to the main line, but then they also got another salad bar here, and they put homemade soup and homemade bread there. And so again, students can create a reimbursable meal by going to the salad bar and getting soup and bread instead of the, you know, regular entree or the regular meal if they want to create a reimbursable meal. They're also putting wrapped sandwiches on the salad bar, so kids again can make a reimbursable meal. It's just giving kids more choices. Now, if you're looking for recipes for vegetables, you might have some favorite quantity recipes, but one of my favorites is called New School Cuisine Cookbook. And if you just Google that, the name of that, New School Cuisine Cookbook, it's from Vermont, but they created a great recipe cookbook that is quantity recipes. Most of the recipes were for 50 and 100. Then you can standardize them to what you need in your school district. But you'll see, these are on the slide, you'll see a list of a lot of the different recipes. They have some great, this one's cute, macaroni and trees. So it's basically broccoli with macaroni and cheese. They have a sweet potato hummus that you could even use your USDA foods with. They have a lot of different creative recipes if you're looking for some new recipes that incorporate vegetables, especially legumes, into them. I definitely check this recipe book out. The other favorite one that we found is from Washington State. And I don't know if anybody has a favorite recipe book that they've gotten recipes from. I know a lot of schools have used the Kansas recipes, which are great. But check out the Scratch Cooking Recipe Book from Washington State. One of the recipes that we tried at the Institute this last year was called Cowboy Caviar. And it's sort of just a black bean salsa corn recipe, but it has also some other beans, and students really liked it by itself, or they put it with tortilla chips. Some other recipes to jazz up your green beans: put sesame seed and use a little sesame oil, or they have like this great butternut squash and chicken curry. So check that one out for sure. And then also USDA has great recipes, and we're actually gonna, hopefully with your help, next year have a recipe contest to try to collect some new recipes on some Montana foods. So if you guys have some recipes that you've been serving that your kids like on Montana foods, we're hoping that you will share them with us through a recipe contest that we will be having next fall, and there'll be cash prizes. But we're looking for recipes on bison, on beets, on lentils, cherries, squash, any kind of Montana food that's raised in Montana. But the recipes that you don't see a lot is what USDA wants. So that's what we're going to try to do through our recipe contest. But be thinking about some, or maybe you'll share with some of your ideas today even. Okay, other ideas to really promote a variety of vegetables from Manhattan School. She does, this is more of an example of where when she's having her Taco Tuesday meal or doing, you know, a Mexican meal, she'll use her salad bar for really promoting some of the things that you would put on the tacos or burritos, like you see cheese, olives, there's a black bean salad, salsa, and then also your other vegetables too. So it's really colorful, and it's a great, this salad bar is really providing also some roasted garbanzo beans as another option of legumes and a nice crunch to your salad. This is the example of the flavor station from Summers that you saw earlier. And she also makes sure she has a sign to, again, educate kids on which seasonings are there in case they want to add some lemon pepper or garlic to their salad or even to their main entree. This is a flavor station, very simple, from Knoxon School, up again in the Northwest. She has it in a nice little basket, so it's easy to put on the salad bar, and again, some signage to make sure kids know how to, what's there. At Darby, this is Darby's school down in the Bitterroot. This is Dave Thompson at Darby's salad bar. But you'll see that the Flavor Lab is actually a purchase product that you can get, and that's the flavor station that he uses. Just wanted to, is anybody, if you are doing any kind of flavor station, would you put it in the chat box just so we know? Is anybody? Seems like flavor, I've heard that the new ketchup is actually sriracha, because kids really like, more and more kids like spice and flavor. Okay, and this is where I guess when we're talking about who goes through the salad bar, it seems to vary depending on which school district we visit, but a lot of schools will promote it K-12, which we find is awesome for smaller kids to be able to access the salad bar. Sometimes you just have to have smaller salad bars. But kids that are going through the line, you know, getting a reimbursable meal, maybe kids are allowed to grab some things if they're getting a cold lunch through an a la carte program, or they can actually build a reimbursable meal on the salad bar. So I think all those options are really good. It increases kids' choices. It can decrease the waste of items. If a lot of times schools are putting all their fruits and vegetables on the salad bar, so kids will choose them from there instead of having some on the service line and in the salad bar. And it allows the staff sometimes to be available to, you know, restock the salad bar if they need it, if they're not serving the fruits or vegetables on the main line. So it really depends on what works for you, but the more access, the better. Just some examples again of how schools are really promoting fruits and vegetables so attractively through their salad bar. And then when we look at how to promote it, this is where again using descriptive words can really help if you're putting a sign out about promoting your salad bar or even your whole menu, but calling it the garden bar or the harvest bar or the fresh choices bar or eat the rainbow bar. Anything to really entice kids to want to go to it. And that's where we encourage you to use descriptive words when you're promoting your menu, and also your salad bar. This is where examples of some schools that are doing some signage. Gardner School puts signs and a picture of the food, like this is the roasted. If you look up here, she's through the Harvest of the Month program, which is beets that's been usually in February. The roasted beets are on the salad bar. And then they may do a taste test and asking the kids if they tried it, if they liked it, or they loved it. And you can see that a lot of kids like or love the beet carrot applesauce that they tried at Gardner School on the salad bar. At Gallatin Gateway School, she has a very simple menu board, but she really works hard on using creative names for the foods to help entice kids to try them. And also just, they find that if you use creative names, it enhances the flavor expectations a lot of times. So when it says savory chicken fajitas or crunchy black bean salad, you can start thinking about how that food tastes, and it can help with satisfaction. I love the ice cold milk because there's nothing better than ice cold milk, in my opinion, when you're thirsty. These are some of the examples of the signs you can get from the lunchbox through Chef Ann Cooper if you go to her website, which is on this slide. But she has some signs you can actually print off or have your printing, you know, service do at your school district. She also has some signs that says, like, take what you eat what you take, to help try to decrease waste, and also to remind kids to use utensils and not their hands in the salad bar. Target Range over by Missoula really uses, she does some signage to point out the Montana grown foods that she is promoting, and just trying to really help educate kids on her menu. And Livingston, sometimes for a special event, you can see, and this was a back to school. This is when they started the salad bar at an elementary school in Livingston. They got apple costumes, and they really just had a fun day to promote the salad bar, because it was just starting, and you can see these elementary kids are diving in to enjoy them. These are just more signs again that are available through Chef Ann if you're looking for some signage. And some examples again of some just where how different schools do different salad bars. This is again at the high school. Seeing grab and go are offered in addition to the salad bar. You notice that beans are also, cold beans can be served as something on the salad bar. Hummus, again, different ways to get those dried beans and peas onto kids' plates. Plentywood Schools has a huge salad bar. You can see black beans are there. Again, a way to offer the legumes in a very friendly, no pressure way to kids. Monforton, they've been trying kale chips and putting those on the salad bar. And Belgrade, I know Brittany's, I think, on this one. And these were pictures of the salad bar at the high school. And you can see these are Uncrustables. So again, a student can just build a reimbursable meal from the salad bar. Another picture from Gardner. And this sign I wanted to point out, take what you want, eat what you take. This again is available free through the lunchbox on Chef Anne's website that you can actually print off and use. I did want to make sure that everybody is aware of, if you're in need of a salad bar, you want to go to Salad Bars to Schools. And here's the website, saladbars2schools.org. And if you fill out the application, you can get a free salad bar. Sometimes it takes a little while to get it. When Troy did it, they actually got 2 of them. I don't know what I did here. Keep hitting this, sorry. 2 salad bars for their middle and high school, so they can use one for the salad bar and one for a soup bar. Has anybody on the webinar today actually gotten a salad bar free through Salad Bars to School? If you have, please type in the chat box. Okay, well, if you want any information on that, that is really good way to get one if you need it, or if you need a smaller one for elementary kids or a replacement. Because of the whole coronavirus, I guess I just wanted to point out some food safety resources. I was on the tips, like I said earlier, on tips for school meals that rock, and some food service directors were just talking about what they were doing to serve kids if schools were closed, but also what they were doing to just make sure that the salad bar was safe. And I just wanted to reiterate that there are standard operating procedures for how to prevent contamination at food bars. Obviously, the biggest thing is to keep the food, safe, but also having sneeze guards and making sure that the utensils are clean and sanitized, and kids are, using utensils and not using their hands. And so if you need, or if you want to review any of these standard operating procedures with your staff, the link to the, the link to the operating procedure is there. And then I also just included a food safety handout on handling fresh produce on salad bars. And it looks like, Lisa, you said from Corvallis, or not Corvallis, Florence, that you actually are not serving the salad bar. Is that right now? Because of that? Okay. Is anybody else not serving their salad bar at this time? Okay. Yeah, I think it's more up to, I know most of what the guidance we're getting is to carry on. Luckily we have not had any cases in Montana, and you want to not panic, and but just making sure that you're following good food safety practices, which we always see excellent food safety practices when we go to school. So thank you for all your hard work and training in that area. Okay, I see that we were really going to talk about procurement practices, unless anybody has questions. I think the biggest thing is trying to utilize your USDA foods as you do for helping decrease cost. And as part of that, you can get fresh produce from the Department of Defense program, and then using produce in season helps with cost and production records, which is really important. And you can see that USDA Foods has a lot of items you can do and use on the salad bar. I was just saying again, I don't know if anybody, I think this was an idea from Dave Thomas over in Darby. He was doing a banana split using the little boats and doing yogurt with banana and the frozen strawberries from USDA. And it seems like more and more schools are doing that, which is sort of a fun way to have either for breakfast or have those items on the salad bar that make your own, or a breakfast bar. Okay, I'm gonna unmute everybody if I can figure this out how to do it. And if anybody has questions or things they want to share, that would be awesome around the salad bar. I'm just gonna unmute everybody, and please speak up if you have any question or any strategy you'd like to share around the salad bar. Now, I see that Robin Vogler is on. Robin, I don't know if you were on when we went over your ramen bar. I did take the liberty to share it with everybody. I wondered if if anybody has questions about the ramen bar or want to hear more about it. Robin is on. Any questions at all? Okay. Let's see. Maybe you don't have, Robin, do you have a microphone? Do you know? I can't see if you guys do. Self-muted. Okay. Oh, Kathy. Kathy from Corvallis would like to share that you marinate garbanzo beans, have different flavors. So you marinate them, and then are they in a spicy ranch dressing, dill, or spicy, or are they roasted? That sounds really good. But are they roasted, or are they actually in like a dressing? Thanks for sharing that. Any other ideas or anything else you would like to share about your salad bar? Okay, here we go. Okay, so Kathy said with the garbanzo beans, we do roast them and in vinegar and oil type dressing. So you have them roasted and or vinegar and oil type dressing. That's a great idea. And then Lisa from Florence also said she uses taco seasoning with olive oil and bakes or roasts the garbanzo beans also. That must be really good. That sounds awesome. And then Robbins, thanks for sharing that every Tuesday you're doing the ramen bar and you're marinating carrots, onion, and red cabbage and rice wine vinegar with ginger beer, which is like that ginger root beer. That's awesome. Thank you for sharing. I guess nobody has a mic. So sorry, I've been asking you to share and you don't have a mic. Okay. Another idea for roasted chickpeas is in tamari and a touch of honey. Excellent. I really feel like, I don't know if anybody's tried serving roasted garbanzo beans for breakfast or a grab and go breakfast or breakfast in the classroom. I don't know, kids may not go for it, but I feel like they're such a power pack and they have so much fiber that a lot of times when breakfasts are just full of carbohydrates and not a lot of protein, kids get hungry. And I just feel like chickpeas would be, roasted chickpeas or garbanzo beans would be a great protein source that could be for grab and go or breakfast in the classroom. So if anybody tries it, let me know how it goes. Okay, well, thank you guys. I think that's all I have today. If anybody else, any other ideas before we close, please put them in the chat box. Thank you for joining, and we will get this webinar posted in MAPS with the handouts. Have a good day and happy spring. Okay, bye-bye.